Greetings everyone, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my weekly show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, where I give a short, brief reading for each sign of the Zodiac, kind of indicating where they're at relationship-wise, romance or otherwise. Strong relationships are definitely included in this. And it's to kind of give you a perspective for what's going on emotionally that affects both your elemental association, whether you're a water, fire, earth, or air sign, but also I will give a word of the week for each sign of the zodiac, and that's the key word, the kind of key concept to keep in mind. Alright, so we're doing this today, and I'm doing the Elemental Main Association from the Mermaid's Tarot, which is that beautiful Lo Scarabeo. They're very central, semi-romantic, so I find this would be a good deck to use for readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, you ought to subscribe to our web channel, our YouTube channel, TFT Tarot for Today. Also, all of our media on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter are the same, TFT Tarot for Today. Sometimes we have to put in little underscores or things like that in there, or on Twitter, instead of the word for, we use the number 4. But that's how you find us on our social media. We also have a business site where we take client readings, offer blogs and videos and other things, expanding on our educational ideas that we're going to be doing. And that's also tfttarotfortoday.com. All right, so let's get to the reading right now. And as I mentioned, we're doing the Elemental Association. So this is a quick run through pretty much. So what's going on with our friends in the air signs? And air signs are, of course, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And there's the Six of Cups for you. Just hold it up a little bit. It's reversed. So I think that for the air signs, maybe some of them are overwhelmed with sentimental issues at this time. Some of them have probably a measure of regret going on. And that's sad. Maybe regrets over past times that seem to be happier or something like that. Just not sure with that, but it is probably time to face the future and say, you know, what is the past is gone, air signs, especially from that emotional or relationship patterns. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the additional word of the week for each of those air signs, and I'm using another deck, the Egipicios Kier, for that one. And of course, our first air sign will be Gemini. And you get the Prodigy. And the Prodigy seems to indicate that for you, Gemini, that maybe you are very on it, either understanding lessons or intuiting knowledge, especially as it relates to the emotional spectrums, very quickly and cleverly. So this may be saying these powers will be called to account for you this week. It may be that you'll have to really innovate in terms of relationships. Okay, so then for Libra, and Libra has the Wheel of Fortune. So that's a nice card. And the Wheel of Fortune, Libra, says emotionally things are really balanced this week, or that this is where you need to throw your ideas here. The balance of the wheel, the cycle of the wheel, but I think it would also be more than fair to say that this is saying really something unexpected in the emotional realms, romantic or otherwise, may be happening, and it's a good thing. It seems to be like maybe you're feeling that something finally clicked into place, the wheel spun into position, you know, you hit the jackpot. So it could be that maybe something really favorable happens to you romantically or relationship wise. Okay, so then with Aquarius, and you're getting evolution. And evolution, I'll just lay that right over the top there. Evolution, Aquarius, you know, you're always really the card of evolution. I mean, you are the dawning of the age, etc. We're always looking to Aquarians, maybe to how we can become more representative of the human society, the human brother and sisterhood, however you want to call that. So I think from that emotional point of view, there's an evolution here that really says maybe you kind of leap up a couple of plateaus in terms of your understanding of your own emotional life, but maybe also to a degree the emotions of those that you are, you know, involved with, that maybe some revelations come through that really put you in a very different position, and it's a good position. It's an evolved position. Okay. So now we're going to go on to our friends, the fire signs. And fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what the mermaids are indicating for you guys. Okay, so the water signs, you have the reverse Seven of Swords. Let's see if I can get a better picture there. It's kind of dark there. This one's better. The Seven of Swords is reversed, water signs. And I guess this could be saying really, in terms of some romantic escapades, maybe where you're trying to play the game of love, but maybe play it a little bit secretly or covertly. This may actually not work for you. You may actually decide that when it comes to romance or intentions of romance or even deep friendships, it's better to play it honestly, that if we are trying to effect things that are contrary to our nature, it's going to be noticed. Secret moves, disguises, lies, all of those things may fall into that terrain for the fire signs. So just be careful, fire signs, on how you play the game of love. All right. So now the word of the week for each of our friends in the fire signs. Fire sign Aries. Word of the week. Alliance. Alliance. I would strongly suggest that this is for fire signs, maybe the value of what your relationship is kind of becomes very important to you, because it's not just about how you love, who you love, when you love, factors related to that. It's really what the quality of the love is, and the love is also an alliance of forces. And I know that from my own partnership, marriage, love with Banshee. It is an alliance because astrologically speaking, we have a lot of contrasting but at times corollary aspects with it. We're the fire and the water, and it's kind of like if we can ally and work to mutual purpose, then almost anyone should be able to. That at least is the story there. So fire signs, consider, not fire signs, Aries, consider what your alliances do for you and maybe how they will do for you. How you do for them and how they will do for you. I knew I could get that right. All right, so then we're on to Leo, and Leo has the provider, I'm sorry. And that's probably in their nature to be generous and things like that. Leos can be very extremely generous, especially to those who they love or really care about. So I think this is a strong sign saying, Leo, this is happening for you this week, that maybe your greatest role this week, like, you know, your comrade Aries has to work on maybe the actual fundamental of the partnership. You're actually working on what you can provide within your relationship, how you can nurture and support not just yourself and your goals, but what you hope, you know, will be good for those you care about, those you love. And then finally on to Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, you have generosity itself. And that's very cool. That's a good way to close this out here a little bit. So once again, you know, watching for out for those we partner with, figuring out what our goals are to provide, and then with Sagittarians, the actual display of generosity, maybe putting that all together in terms of fire signs and saying, what is it I can do that's noble from my heart and that will have great meaning to others? I think that's what you guys want to do this week. So now we are on to the water signs. Scorpio, well, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Let's put it another way. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Mr. O is probably a little bit tired here this morning. I'm doing this actually in advance. Oh, who do I hear there? Who is that? Hello, baby. Down here. Hello, hello. Pretty little girl. You know, somebody always notices when you're around. Not just me. So general observations for the water signs. And it's the upright Eight of Wands. And so I think this is a quick moving, energized time for the water signs, that maybe we are really looking to project energy and shoot towards our mark. Our mark may be in love, but it certainly may also just be fundamentally in relationships, emotional and strong ones. So I think that the water signs are really about movement in this week. They are like a wave of water. I hear you over there. Scratching away there. Don't do that. All right, so then let's get a word of the week for the water signs. You know, I'm almost positive she's just going to jump up here. The way she's just hanging around back behind the camera there. Shadow. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Oh, well. She's such a tease. So word of the week, keyword, concepts to keep in mind, things like that. What is it going to be, water signs? Cancer. Resurrection. Cancer has resurrection, and I think this is saying in terms of your best relationships, you may be doing severe, deep dive into what's going on here to the point of where maybe a relationship really revises itself on major standards that connote unconditional love, spiritual high-reaching love, things of that sort. So I think Cancers, you're really spiritual in your love connection this week, and maybe it's working out for you in a way even you don't realize, you know, that maybe something that had seemed dead is now alive again. So then we want to get to the Scorpio, and Scorpio has, well, I haven't seen this card here before, number 44, expressiveness. Express yourself, you know. Expressiveness, I think this is a card that Scorpios rarely have to worry about. Scorpios are indeed usually very demonstrative, expressive. This is really saying, really, Scorpio, this is the time for you to make your declarations, whether they're within relationships that are already here or whether we're moving ahead towards something new. We want to really be able to speak our truth, represent ourselves where we're going emotionally and how that's working. So then Pisces. And Pisces gets our sun. The sun. Pisces, this is a good sign too, because of course the sun often does talk about commitments, marriages, families, children. It's an incredibly good card. I'm not going to say that every Pisces in the world is going to run out and get married, but I think the spotlight is on our relationships in a very big way. What they mean to us as fundamental as sunlight, perhaps. That, you know, you need the sun every day, even if you don't go outside. You need the world to rise up in the sunlight, you know, plants to grow, things to happen like that. Well, that's relationships too. Relationships need that clarion blast of grandeur and sunlight. All right, so now we will move on finally to the earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We're going to do that general idea of what is generally around all of your signs. And then the word of the week. And I hope you have hit the like button. Or if you haven't subscribed, you have. Please. And you get the King of Cups. Oh, how nice. The King of Cups. So very much the emphasis for the earth signs is about a masterful display of unconditional, beneficent, benevolent goodwill towards people. You are just beaming forth, all of you earth signs, an extreme feeling of love and care for everything and everyone. You know, it's not like, you know, being pansexual maybe, but maybe it is like about loving your country, loving your religion, loving something so much that you would give so much. That's your vibe this week, earth signs. So now we're going to give you all the word of the week, the key word or idea that maybe will be important during this week. Earth sign Taurus. Meditation. So don't forget to think about what I said for all earth signs. that you need to maybe focus your thoughts in a meditative kind of way, contemplate, create some sort of sense of study around those concepts. And then for Virgo, it's about transformation. Look at that. Virgo, you get transformation. And Virgo, you can be a very transformative sign. I believe you're one of the mutables. Virgos, maybe this is the week where maybe something big transforms in your life, mostly due to your understanding of your relationships or where you want to put your love energies. That maybe, this is the time where great things could happen. Maybe you want to adopt a shelter pet. Maybe you and your partner or whoever are considering adoption of a child. There may be all kinds of ways this card could imply something really transformative about the power of love. Maybe you have to make room for taking care of your parent now. All those kind of things could be possible with this card. And remember that these are not hardships, although they may be hard for us to endure, but they really are transformative. They are giving our heart an opportunity to evolve and understand love at a very fundamental level. So now finally then, on to Capricorn. Finally. Capricorn, you have exchange. And I think Capricorn, this is saying really, this is about a magnanimousness that comes to you in all your relationships, or potentially the ones that matter the most. The idea that you need to really find ways to truly exchange value, equal or commensurate with each other's ability to do so. And I think it's very important that happen, because I think it's really playing into the idea of what, the major idea was, that King of Cups, the ultimate beneficent, kind counselor, the person who is the best for you. So that's what I have pretty much for my emotional exchanges, and I'm so glad you joined me. I hope I'll see you next week, but in the meantime, don't forget to check out the Happy Hour, our live stream tomorrow morning, Saturday at 10 a.m. Come and get a one-card, uplifting, positive message from Spirit or wherever you see that coming from. Don't forget to watch Banshee's show, The Material Matters, to get the information about finding your own keys to success, whether it's in education, business, finance. That's Sunday mornings, also at 10 a.m. We're live in the chat room, so we'll be happy to talk about the reading, slug some coffee, make jokes, be the tarot tribe that we are here at TFT Tarot for Today. And then don't forget our live stream Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m. We will answer questions in the order that they come in. You got to be willing to wait a little bit, because we give our best to give a good reading for everybody. We'll pull several cards for a general or for a specific question. You got to come. You got to like us. All right. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you next week.